Hey guys, this is Vampire Bride. Today I'm going to be doing a review on Ori and the Blind Forest, the Definitive Edition. We got Ori right before I went out of town, and I had watched Firehawk Formula play about 45 minutes at the beginning of the game. I was really intrigued and I really wanted to get back and play it. He got quite annoyed with me always talking about wanting to get back and play my game, so of course as soon as I could, I started playing it, and I was not disappointed. I did not want to put it down. Ori is a stunningly beautiful game, very detailed, and just has amazing graphics. You gain health and energy as you get further into the game, along with new skills that are essential to the next stage of the game. By the time you are done, you will pretty much have mastered every single one of the skills. You keep learning throughout the entire game, and it never felt repetitive to me, like many games do. I often have trouble getting into a game because I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over, but that was never the case with this game. It's really fun to play, and there are still small things that I can go back to do, so it does have a little bit of replayability value to it. I got about 87% completion, so I finished the game, but there's still a bunch of stuff that I could go back to do. There's still dark spots in the map that I was unable to get to because I didn't have the ability needed to access it. Like on parts, there's an ability called Stomp. You had to hit the ground really hard, and you can tell that the ground underneath you looks fragile compared to the rest of it. Well, at the beginning of the game you can see that this part looks different, but you don't know how to get through it until you get the ability Stomp. So now I can go back to the beginning of the game and get to whatever spirit light or whatever was down there that I couldn't get to before. There's quite a bit more to do, and I plan on doing it pretty soon. It was such a fun game, I'm excited to pick it back up and play it some more. There's stuff in the foreground, like plants and enemies, which is really neat, and I was really amazed by it at first. But as you get through the game, it gets a little confusing at times because it's hard to see what's in the foreground and what you're actually dealing with. This is a really great game, but there's not a lot to the story. It's really slow and drug out. You could literally tell the whole story in under 2 minutes. 2-minute story drug out over hours of gameplay. The dialogue is spoken very slowly. The story is good, it's just there's not much to it. I'm not going to say the whole storyline because I don't want to ruin it for those who still want to play Ori. But I will say that it immediately gets your attention with a cute beginning that quickly turns heartbreaking and makes you want to find out how it ends. This is not an easy game. At times I got stuck and wasn't sure where I was supposed to go or what I was supposed to do to get to the next part of the level. Many parts are difficult to get through, and I found myself getting stuck in a spot because I die over and over, so you mastered a certain ability that it takes to get to the next part. I personally died almost 2,000 times trying to get through this game. It has a pretty good save system, that is if you can remember to save, something that I don't do so well. If you have an energy cell, which is not hard to get and it renews fairly quickly, you can save. So you can save quite often, every minute or so if you wanted to, if you can remember. Also, you can't save while you're in danger. So there's parts that you are, say, running from water that's rising, where you have to quickly get away from it without making mistakes. And you cannot save during that time because you're too close to something dangerous. So you have to go through this like 2-minute part without dying or saving. It's pretty difficult, but it's fun. Like, it never felt impossible. It was never unfair. times in the game you have to carry this light ball to another part of the level, and you can't use your abilities while you're carrying it. Now you're pretty far in the game. You used to be able to use your double jump and climb up the walls. Well, you can't do that while you're carrying this light ball. So it'll bring you through a part that seems difficult in the first place, but carrying this light ball makes it 10 times harder. It's quite difficult, but it's really fun to figure out how you're supposed to get through it. I would absolutely recommend Ori to anyone who's looking for a beautifully done platformer. It kept me intrigued the entire time. I never wanted to put it down. I lost many hours of sleep trying to get through this game. I'm very glad we picked it up, and I will be showing some of the Ori gameplay very soon. If you like this video, hit that like button, and hit subscribe for more tech, reviews, and gameplay. Thanks for watching.